Ladies and gentlemen, out of the cabinet decisioning after the forming of transparency and other forming of J, that forming out of innovation, also they posted out of Narendra Modi, out of the similarity of China, the today cabinet decision of RDE, and data they posted because not a 40% jump out to be of podcasting and similarity of Fiaco and similarity out of podcasting, podium casting, similarity functioning out of Jim Farley, how to be highly diversified, how to be that of the MIT technology you had a watch out of again that now about today less out of for PR priorities bubble national higher value power. Uh, uh, I think that was one of the energy pollution, deep sea consumption. That's on CTN. It's also on the Earth out of the everything. Must first search that. I tell it later out of the but ladies and gentlemen, I think one was out to be because of the issue of technology or not of innovation shift of MIT's Lomel, the power shift. And you can see how to be are we ready for our agents or also thematic out similarity out later out to be of CGTN today a little bit out
In
in
a
the
glow
door
of
of
her
laptop
laptop
screen out to be
screen,
best mark
31-year-old
out
Jung
deep sea
Hui.
and the paradigm and a sense of I had long time not watch only on my without the age or to be listening sometimes article less how to be here of customizing general AI for unique value that's out of skilling similarity of dimensioning how to be diversity unity on inclusion how to be by Walmart and to diversity of other companies of research how to be in the similarity out of aspect mentioned by CGCN and forming aspects out of job transitioning and for the communication and forming out of support similarity on the semi like a formula of semi-human FSC to calling for example where Tesla auto like auto be for artificial primary and education for children auto be RFRE and secondary from the forming of aspects like the kindergarten education, the bilingual side effects of team working and similarity and communicating other issues of similarity and side effects out to be forensic education or to be a historical form the C16 or Aristoteles outside out of forming out of abandonment out of and the similarity out of the fusion out of under 200,000 out of the possibility of Edison secondary effect and by CGN marked out to be also like the Gauko and similarity mention out later out of the later I added that out of Ford. I'd seen something out of the job transition, and I had not known that. I had seen only that out of before of the found out later. But ladies and gentlemen, out of that's how discouraging out of possibility of matrix system as some females. Here similarity of out and the aspects out of be of honoring society without of piece out here's something of skill of principle of that points out to be uh, green energy and so waste plastic pollutioning possibility out of similarity collecting out of former pellets out to be in the farming out of ocean and grade 2 and 1 or minimum out of metal verdict you get collected plastic and you are cleaning the farming out of ocean a green energy panel the P.R.Fbta mentioned was investing on a budget for the supply and demand out of accelerating on 2.5 expansion rate out increase the farming $1.5 trillion to be and a deep sea out of Tesla Cutler out of EOD from the dimension of stealing a mid-career professional particularly out because of the ethical and question mark of Walmart and GA or Harvard researchers out of paradigm like the 4 days improvement out of Java mentioned or now it's finished the second quarter out of the doesn't know if the Liberal Party had done again through the SCE and the Sustainable Development Goals are to be in the farming out of tweeted anymore. This was also short marginalized digital inclusion and Edison aliens as paradigm similarity and for the farming of the stakeholders paging traditional then the aspect out of Sinopec for old passenger goods out to be of old shipping ways from the Confucian age out to be of around about 4 millennium out of similarity of foundation of Buddhism scaling him and gold out to be the stomach and on the farming out of Japan over Siam, China and the coast farming out of the characteristic of using out of functioning out of classical forming out of diversity of mobilities, also out of the backways of ECC or the cars and similarity. 47 trillion out to be of what was it written out to be of some robust growth and the service sector out of 6% out to be because mentioning something out of some seeing something out of world economy Davos out to be and some 47% out to be of 50% of GDP and the hydrogening out of solution I be the global ship and similarity for new ones obstacles out of tangibility of solid policies expanding market high modernization of return of investment and by the possibility out when you think out to be when you invest and then had some higher generation then it's also similarity that you find out of second world effects consumer tax, consumption tax, corporation tax, income tax, and ECC also other values are to be when is that substantial sustainability and sustainability sustainable and sustain investment out of raw investment like amortization effect after that less cost out to be in the farming of aspect out of logistic consolidated 80,000 kilometers alone of coast like functioning out to be I think out of the check mass something out to be by the river functioning out of classical farming out of similarity not on the farming out of marine shipway and similarity out of bringing also 40% of the ships plastic pellets on the oil finding out of material out of the hemp plastic I think hemp level Hong Kong stock market in the rebound steady growth cycle like first quarter 2008 global market out 45 IPOs forming out of similarity last year. Out of foreign dollar correlation, nothing in the brain relation, in the underpaying out to be of course the economic growth, MIT's loan management, Harvard Business Review, for the consumption of rest exploitation of Chardonnay, in the farming of aspect of bon vivant, gravitatory into brain, branding out to be, in the farming out of humoristic, out of IPO solutioning out to be, 45 IPOs, 75 billion of the stock market. Out of that, that was a solution that I thought is similarity out of University of IPO solution watching how to be an entrepreneur act similarity for the pandemic, how to be outsourcing and similarly in the pandemic expanding, how to be storage like Boxcom on the smaller business, how to be Alibaba's further improve commerce, GT and similarity. Of course, economic growth and spread and innovation, watching by MIT's Law Management Review and Harvard Business Review. It's a problem of German foreign decoration, how to be like Julius Caesar, how to be semi-lingual, let's play Actantinus, Marcus Aurelius, invitation, at Caligula, 365 day evolution, into the farming out their pain, nothing in any farming out society reign. No resource of open resource, it's New York Times, Berchtesgaden, ain't no mountain out Fontaine. No one, not another light of Antarctic fight in the farming of my foreign decoration right. Humanistic monkey is a problem. What is here how to be in a farming out of merging sectors, how to be balancing how to be in a farming out of turboing, how to the top creating a move, how to make it out of be. I think I use something out of a similarity of course like ramifying growth cycle, how to be but second and third effect like innovation, how to be by forming out of entrepreneur similarity and the form of diversity right now in Hong Kong and similarity out of Macau and ECC out of Detroit, Michigan Center, out to be now in Ontario, out to be north of that in Canada, Boston last, and out to be a former out to be in New York, I've started out of Silicon Valley, so by and so that's the Stanford, out of the mainland. Transparency, enhancing efficiency out of the global trade dividend yielding and the diversity of globalization and the comprehensive out of multi-dynamics enrichment, regional synergization, investment, connectivity and competitiveness out to be, that means out to be the similarity of OECD and the growth factor out to be like the minimum load center of infrastructuring out to be and the changing out of the roundabout of this year. That's now the decision of the Communistic Party increase out to be from 80 million last time watching next to 100 million out to out to see out to be a similarity out of expanding on the farming out of Isaac out to be by the Slim Carlos Slim and the MG car, not that they introduced of other out to be joint venturing out of China and the forming out of diversity of similarity by the forming out of Ministry of Education China the flexibility allowing students 80% improve practical skills and played a significant role out of assuming the post-graduation employee. So out of the 80 questioning out job transitioning, it is going to be of artificial intelligence on coming out of transitioning for diversity of opinion like the IPO from the Dragon Age or to be of Harvard Business and MIT Law and so on. There was an ECC like second effect outsourcing similarity of similarity.